Many of us feel that we should live out our 20s, our teens, our 30s, and we have later years to start to work. But now is the time for you to start to work, and I will explain to you why you should start to act now.
Inspira Central. Inspira Central. Inspira Central. Inspira Central.
Hello, fellow Inspirers. Welcome to Inspira Central. My name is Monica, and I'm the Chief Inspirer herself. It is good to have you join me. Today, I will be talking about why you should act now that you are young. Many of us feel that we are young and there's time for us to do whatever it is we want to do. Many of us feel that we can postpone whatever it is we want to do. Many of us feel that we should live out our 20s, our teens, our 30s, and we have later years to start to work. But now is the time for you to start to work, and I will explain to you why you should start to act now. In this video, I'm going to show you why you should act now that you're young and not wait for tomorrow. The first reason why you should act now that you're young is there is no better time than now. What you know about is now. The past is gone and you cannot undo it. But the future, you do not yet know. So now is the time for you to act. Today, now, this minute, this second that you see, this second that you are living out is the best moment for you to act. Because you never can tell what challenges, what responsibilities, what emergencies, how your life will change in the future. You never can tell. But what you have is now. What you are certain about is now. This minute, this second, this hour that you're experiencing, this day that you're experiencing is something that you are sure of. Nobody knows the future. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. We don't know what is going to happen next year. So let us start now. Indeed, there is no better time than now. The past is gone. Like I said, the future you do not yet have in your hands. But what you have now is now, the present. So make the most use of the present, of your now, of your today. The second reason why you should act now is that this is the most energetic phase of your life. You know, life is in stages. First of all, you're born, you're a kid, you have all the energy in the world, but you don't have direction, you don't know who you are, you don't have the skills, you don't have the knowledge. And so you go to school, you acquire skills, you start to learn, you start to grow into who you're meant to be, you start to become yourself. And then you get older, you're in your 20s, you're in your 30s, you're in your 40s, and now you have the experience. Now you have the knowledge, now you have the information, and guess what? You still have some of that energy that you used to have. So this is the best time for you to utilize it. So this is the best time for you to utilize that energy. And do you know why? It is because as you get older, as the years go by, you find that you are not as energetic as you were 10 years ago. You're not as energetic as you used to be 20 years ago. And so, if you do not utilize this time now, when you still have the energy, when you still have the virality, when you still have the strength, you may realize that in the future, when you feel, okay, it's time, okay, I'm ready, okay, let's go there, you find that you're not as energetic, you're not as strong as you used to be. And then you discover that because you didn't do it when you were younger, because you didn't do it when you had the strength, because you did not do your work when you had the stamina, now that you're older, you cannot do it. You have the vision, you have the idea, you have the experience, but the strength is lacking. So now that you're in between the stage of inexperience and childhood and the stage of old age, inability, and lack of strength. You can do this because this is the stage, this is the best stage of your life where you have your youth, you have your virality, and you have some experience. And you also have some direction and purpose, and you know what you should do. So this middle of your life is the best time for you to utilize your energy and get to work. Start to build that future, that thing that you want when you're retired, that thing you hope to enjoy, that thing that you hope to say, this is what I did in my youth. You want to look back on it and say, yes, I did a good job. Start building it now. Because if you wait till the next 10 years, if you wait for the next 20 years, if you wait for the next 5 years, You may discover that responsibilities have come, some things have changed, you have changed, your health is not what it used to be, your strength is no longer as high as it used to be, and now you're living in la la land. You can no longer do that thing you used to do. You now wish you can do it. You have everything it takes except the strength. So now that you have the strength, and now that you have the knowledge, the information, the stamina, go and do that work. And one thing is, even if you feel I don't have all the information, you feel I'm still a novice, but you have some information, you have little information, right? You have some experience, right? Start with that thing that you have. Build on it. Don't tell yourself when I'm better experienced. Some people will say, oh, they respect only older people. Okay, so when you're older and you don't have the strength, you will get the respect, but then you haven't put in any work. What's going to happen? So now that you are young and you say to yourself, I'm at my youth. Even though some people disrespect youth and feel you're too young, I can't trust you with my business, I can't trust you with this gig, I can't trust you with this job. Let your excellence stand out. Stand out because you are excellent. Do something that makes people say, okay, she's young, but she's capable. He's young, but he knows what he's doing. He's excellent at his work, and so I can trust him. It doesn't matter his age. Age is nothing but a number when it comes to excellence. If you're good, you're good. Build on your excellence and let that be your selling point. Let that be something that makes you stand out. You don't have to be old for people to buy from you. Some youths are much better than the older people because they have technology, because they know how to adapt to whatever it is, AI, technology, social media. Unlike some older people who did not have these things when they were younger, and now they find it difficult to adapt. They find it difficult to learn. They find it difficult to join the trend. So let your youth be your advantage and not your disadvantage. Don't ever get carried away by the fact that people say, yes, I don't trust youth. We can't trust them. These people don't know what they are doing. These people don't have the experience. No, prove them wrong. Show them that even though you are young, you know what you're doing. You have the excellence, you have the strength, you have the skills, you have the experience, you have the knowledge. Show them that you are not here to play. Show them that they can trust you and that your youth, your age is an advantage and that you're ready to take it. You're ready to start building now. You're starting now from where you are. You are not waiting till you're old and gray and waiting for the respect and waiting for people to say, yes, now you know what you're doing. No, you can know what you're doing even at a young age, and you need to prove that to them. Don't just prove that to them, prove that to yourself. Start now that you are most energetic and you also have some experience, you have some knowledge, you have the skills, and you have the information at your disposal. The third reason why you need to start now that you are young is that your mistakes are more pardonable when you are young. The older you get, the less forgiving people are of silly mistakes, mistakes that should have been avoidable. People are less forgiving of mistakes the older you get. I hope you realize that. So now that you are a young person, people can say, okay, you don't have the experience. All right, now learn. This is how it's done. And when you make a mistake, you can go back and learn. But sometimes when you're older, it becomes more disheartening when people tell you, look at the big blunder you made. And you find that because it has messed up your mind, because you feel, oh, this is something that is beneath me, and yet look at something I did, you may find it harder to bounce back. If you're not somebody who thinks positive thoughts and you're older, you may find it harder to bounce back, adjust, learn, and fix your mistake. You may find it harder. But when you're a younger person, people can excuse you. People can tolerate you to some extent while you're learning on the job. But if you're older, they expect that you already know. They expect that you have the experience. They expect that you're already a guru at it, you're an expert at it, and so you shouldn't make such mistakes. But when you are a younger person, this is one of the advantages. You can make mistakes and people can give you room to learn. People can give you room to say, okay, you are inexperienced. Let us teach you. Let us show you how it's done. So grab this advantage. I know it may seem like, yes, the youth is my advantage. Yes, I can make mistakes now. But that doesn't mean you should go and start making silly mistakes. That doesn't mean that if you know how to do something, you should do it badly because they will tolerate you. No. That is a wrong mindset and you should not adapt that. What I am saying is, If you make an honest mistake because you didn't know something, or because you thought that if you do something this way, it will end the other way, but unfortunately it flopped, then you can be allowed to learn and fix that mistake. You can fix your mistake. And another thing about mistakes is that if you're learning and you're practicing, but you're making mistakes along the way, you have more time as a younger person to learn, to practice, and to fix your mistakes. You have more time. Because mistakes that you make in your 20s, if they are not so damning, if they are not mistakes that can mar you for life, you can fix them. And by the time you're 30, by the time you're 40, and you're on Forbes list, nobody is going to say, so do you remember that mistake you made when you were 20? Do you remember the mistake you made when you were 25? No. Your excellence, your history, your track record would have covered and piled up on those mistakes, and nobody is going to remember those mistakes. Only you, if you keep records, if you go back to the archives, can say to yourself, oh wow, I made that mistake back in the day, look at me, oh, I'm growing, yes, I won't make that mistake again. Of course, I have put measures in place and I know that I'm never going to make that kind of mistake again. That is because you have learned on the job. That is because you used your experience. That foundation of mistakes, you learned from that and you built on it to ensure that you did not repeat that mistake. That is one of the advantages of starting now. Starting early, starting now that you're young. If you're older, when you're older and you make such a silly mistake, I tell you, the world will not be as forgiving as when you are in youth and it's obvious you are a novice. It is different for you. They allow you make mistakes because you're young. They allow you make mistakes because you are a novice. And then they can say, okay, get up and start again. And even if it's a mistake you make in your own personal life or in your own personal business, you can tell yourself, let me dust myself up and get up again. You can tell yourself that. So you can get up, you can rise up again when you're younger. But when you're older, it's a different ballgame. It is a different ballgame, because then you're telling yourself, so what have I done? What have I achieved? Who am I really if at 60, for instance, I'm making this kind of mistakes? What have I learned over the years? Who am I? Why am I making this kind of mistakes? How do I bounce back? So like I said, the older you are, the more difficult it may be for you to bounce back. So this is the time for you to learn. This is the time for you to grow. This is the time for you to explore. This is the time for you to try out new things. This is the time to see what works and what doesn't work. This is the time for you to make your mistakes, learn and adjust and grow from those mistakes. So start now. Start acting now. Start building now. Start growing now. Start developing that thing you want for your future now. Now is the time. Do not waste one more second. So the fourth reason why you should act now is that growth takes time. And you want to be able to, at 50, at 60, have tangible proof, tangible results of your hard work. And you know that life is a process. Growing is a process. If it is a business, if it is a career, whatever it is that you're building, that also takes time. And so in order for you to be at the pinnacle when you are older, it is time for you to start now that you're younger, because you need something to build on. You need time. You need to improve on it. You need to grow. And so because it is a process that takes time, you want the process to go well. So you need to give it enough time. You want to have something that you can be proud of when you are 50, when you are 60, when you are 70, when you are 80. And that is why you need to start now. You need to start early. And early is something that I would say is different for people. You can start at 30, and that is early. If you're listening to this message now at 20, start at 20. That is early. If you're already 40 and you're listening to my message, start where you are. It doesn't matter where you are. As long as you're listening to this message and this is your first time, start now. If it never occurred to you to start earlier, today I'm telling you, start today. Don't waste any more time. Don't tell yourself, I don't have what it takes, I don't have the money, I don't have the experience, I don't have an office, I don't have this, I don't have that. That is just you not seeing what you have. Use the little that you have to start building today. It doesn't matter what you have. Whatever you have is enough for a start. Whatever you have can serve as a foundation for your future. So start with what you have. Start where you are now. Start this very moment, wherever you are. Whatever it is that you want to build, whatever it is that you want to become your future, whatever it is that you want to be able to look back on and say, this is what I built, this is what I've accumulated, this is how I have grown over the years. Start building it now. Don't waste one more minute. Don't waste one more day. Start today. And like I said, the term early is different for people. So even if you're 50 and you're listening to this message, it is not too late. Don't tell yourself it is an age thing. No, it's not an age thing. It is a taking action now thing. I am more interested in your starting today, starting now, starting this minute than I am in your age. Whatever your age is, it's fine. It is okay. Even if you're 60 and you still have a dream, if you still have something that you want to do, now is the time to start doing it. If you're 20, that is good. It is a plus. If you're 30, that's fine. You're still there. You still have your youth. Even if you're 40, 50, or 60, and you feel like your energy is declining, you feel like your energy is dwindling, it is okay. Start now. With what you have, where you are, start now. Start today. So that in a few years' time, you have something to look back on. You have something that you have built, something that makes you proud, something that makes you happy, something that is a legacy that you're leaving for your children and for the world. Start now, because tomorrow is too far away. You want to have something that you have built, you want to have a foundation so that you can look back in a few years' time and have something to be proud of. Alright then, this is what I have for you today. I hope you have been positively impacted. I hope you have been inspired by my message, and I hope you start acting today. Start taking action today. Stop postponing, because you never can tell what may come up tomorrow. What you are sure of is today and now. So start acting now. Build something now so that in a few years' time, you will have something to look back on and to take pride in. Alright then, please drop your comments below and tell me how this message has inspired you and motivated you to start acting now. Also, if you enjoyed watching this video and you would like to see more of such videos, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Simply click the subscribe button and get subscribed to this channel today. It is free of charge. Also, do not forget to click the notification button so you'll be notified as soon as I update. Please like and share my videos. I enjoyed bringing this video to you today, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. I also hope that you were inspired by this video. Don't forget to be an inspiration. I'll see you next time. Bye for now. Please subscribe, click the notification button, like this channel, share our videos, and follow us on social media. Thank you very much.
Inspira Central. Inspira Central.